Hello and welcome back to Tours and Tournaments. Last episode there was a lot of discussion about this from development value down here. Now apparently, according to the comments, this development value is made up of, it's like calculated from all the provinces in your land, which means that when we took this land down here, all has terrible development. So our average development level went down, which meant that we were able to convert quicker. When we took this land over here, our average development level went up, therefore we were able to convert slower. Now, does this make a lot of sense with prior context? Yes, because we weren't able to convert, and the things that we had taken were Italy and Iberia, both of which are very high development. That all lines up pretty much perfectly, doesn't it? It's just like 1-to-1. So, what we need to do if we want to convert all of our high development land over here is we need to get a bunch of low development land. Now, there are a couple of different avenues in which we could do this. We could head up here. The problem with heading up here is that if we go and have a look at this faction, there's a lot of Catholic provinces that are very unhappy with us with very high fervor. If we were to take more, they would get higher fervor and they would be unhappy with us and they would declare a revolt. Ignore these numbers here, I'm sure they will recalculate once we actually unpause. Down here, however, down here is potential. Development is truly awful. Like, these are 15. Like, I think these are what we started with. Like, 15, like, just truly terrible values, right? So that's great for us, because it will drag the average development of our land right down to the bottom, which is where we want it to be. Also, we can maybe take this land. Yeah, this land here isn't much better. So we can maybe take Africa, go into Banu, Khatab, and then make our way down here. That'd be cool. I also noticed, by the way, this bit is Orthodox. I went and had a little look at it. It wasn't always Orthodox. I was wondering, was it Orthodox from the start or something? No. It was Orthodox from this person right here. Prior to that, it was not Orthodox. In fact, it switched away from Orthodox as well, here as well, and then switched back. So at some point between here and here, this guy became Orthodox, and this guy then inherited. And that's basically it. I don't know how it happened, but it's an interesting quirk, given that it's the second Orthodox place. I said it was the only Orthodox place. I said the Byzantines were the only Orthodox place last time, but I was actually completely incorrect. There is another one. Also, I just realized, if I take this land right here, this land is all a different type of, Muslim faith, which means that they are not going to join the same faction as the other ones. Ooh, I like that idea. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to unpause. I also dealt with the artifacts that we had in here. Just, repair and destroy as we always do. So, I'm going to unpause. We're going to see how strong the factions are. So, probably wait 16 days, 17 days, something like that. And then we'll see where everything is. There we go. So, that'll now have recalculated the strength. I'll accept the money. I almost think I should just leave prisoners in my prison. It's an interesting idea, right? If I leave the prisoners in my prison, eventually they will ask to be ransomed, and then I can give them the ransom and lose stress. Although they might all then become my rivals. I should probably just convert them all, right? I should probably convert them all. Right, and this is where I'm like, there must be something that would do this for you. I've been told, by the way, that mods may be, usable in Iron Man now. Which kind of makes me wonder why you would play Iron Man at all, if mods are enabled in it. Because I thought the whole point of Iron Man was that you couldn't basically reload, you couldn't use mods, you couldn't do, basically anything you wanted to do that wasn't just play the game, right, the way it was intended. I'm going to recruit this guy. He's already my religion, and I don't want to lose, I don't want to lose, what's it called? Okay, my brain will catch up eventually. Dread. There we go. I don't want to lose Dread. But yeah, I thought the whole point of Iron Man was to force you to play the game the way that it was intended. I don't know. Maybe they changed their mind on that at some point. But anyway, basically, we could in theory have mods. I'm probably not going to put any on this playthrough as we've not been using mods, but yeah, we could in theory do it in the future. Although in the future, if you can use mods in it, why would we play Iron Man? Because, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Right, keep doing this. Gain a hook. I guess the only real benefit of Iron Man is you get the achievements. That's about it. I don't know. Doesn't really matter too much to me. Right. Okay. Convert. Or don't convert, give me a hook. How many have we done? We have not done nearly as many as I thought I did. I was just kind of doing it in autopilot and then went, like, maybe we're halfway through. I was like, oh, maybe we're almost done. And we're barely halfway through. Okay. Let's get this guy converted and this guy converted. Oh, okay. Renounce your claims. Sure, leave. You convert. Okay. At least at the end of this, we're going to have a lot of new people of our faith, which is going to be cool. Having a lot of new people of our faith could actually end up being quite useful at some point. You know, if we want to marry into people who we haven't been marrying into for the last 400 years. That's an interesting idea, right? Not just marrying the same 5 families for 400 years. Not very... Oh, apparently I can't ask him to convert. Okay. It's not very, like, you know, European nobility to not do that, but anyway, it's an interesting idea. Right. Convert. How far down are we? Okay, about 80% of the way down. Just keep converting people. Okay, keep going. Everyone seems to hate us. I can't help but notice that, like, everybody has red opinion of us all the time. Might be due to our faith, though. I guess converting them might fix that. Anyway, keep going. Although we did have that one guy who was our religion and hated us. Which is probably fair. Right, down here. Convert. 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 Now we are actually almost done. Convert. Convert. You're not even from the same religion as half the other people. How did you get in our prison? You snuck in there. Like, we had a holy war against another religion and he just happened to get caught when we took all the prisoners. Right. Let's let those go through. Also, our son has only fine health. It's interesting. Oh, I don't need to keep track of this guy anymore either, because we already know what's going on with him. Right. Oh, I have to click these. There we go. That's fine. Keep clicking. Keep clicking. Keep clicking. Don't stop clicking. This is fine. Right. Now I need to get rid of all of them. Wonderful. How's our prison look? It's empty. Wonderful. Right. Next thing I want to do is have a look at our faction. So which faction is actually strong? Apparently this one? Why can you send an ultimatum? You're not stronger than me. Okay, I'll wait till the end of the month where it recalculates that. There we go. I was right. They're not stronger than me. They hate me more than the Catholics do, but they are not stronger than me, which is all that matters. Although you see, these are Ashari populists. Now, Ashari are these guys, so if we take more of their land, they're going to end up stronger, so then they might be able to fire a faction. So I guess I want to take... Do I have a border of these guys, or is this like a fake border? I have a real border of these guys. Okay, I guess I want to take this land, because this land is all of a different religion who has no allies whatsoever. Yeah, these guys are the guys I want to attack. So, let's do a holy war for kingdom. Now, I've been told that I might have been doing this wrong. Let's just see. All titles held by Idbadi rulers are seized. Okay. Interest. I'm just reading this down here. Yeah, so I will gain all land of any ally who joins, right? Yeah, but only within the title I actually declared for, I think. Yes. Seize all territory within this guy's realm that's part of that Grand Emirate. Interesting. I don't know. People were suggesting that maybe you could siege down land and take more land, but it doesn't seem like that's the case according to this. I know you could do that in CK2. You could basically just abuse holy wars by declaring a holy war and then just sieging everything, and you get everything that you actually seized. Or everything that you actually sieged. So you would just keep a war going for ages while you siege every tiny little bit of somebody's realm. But yeah, I don't think you can do that in this one, but I'm willing to be wrong. It's fine. Anyway. Is this... Oh, this is impassable. This is the land I want. Right. Let's raise our troops over here. We're only going to raise our men-at-arms, so it shouldn't actually weaken us for the purposes of the factions, which is nice. Right. I've lost my core artificer. Oh, that's one we can't replace, right? Yeah. Okay. Wait, you converted culture from router? No, wait a second. You converted culture to something else? Why? The whole purpose is that you're our culture so that the culture and religion work together and... anyway, whatever. He's probably doing it because popular opinion is so low. That's my guess. That maybe his popular opinion is so low, so he's like, I'll convert to the culture so that I don't have a negative culture thing here. I don't know. Maybe. As long as he doesn't convert religion, we're fine. Let's go for toe the line. It says your vassals are less likely to join independence factions. I don't think these count as independence factions, but we'll do it anyway. Do we have an independence faction? No. Okay. Is there anything else in here that's good? No, that's fine. There we go. I don't think that's going to make any difference to these factions whatsoever, but that's fine. Right, we're obviously going to lead, no matter how dangerous that is. Remember that we're still one-legged. It's kind of weird for us to lead, but it's fine. Where's your... where's this? Is that? Oh, right, I see. It's right there. Okay. You have another war against... Or these guys have a war against them, maybe? You're against... Ah, right, yeah, just that top half. Okay, interesting. Right, let's go clear out that war. My dog ran away. I will chase for the dog. My dog is gone. But we haven't lost pet dog yet, I think, as a bonus. Which means our dog might return. Because we haven't lost the pet bonus from dog. No, we have lost the pet dog. We have lost the health bonus from dog. Oh no. That's not good. Our brother died in his sleep. Our brother... Oh, I suppose I was going to say lived a while, but actually he's only 54, so... Yeah, not nearly as long as we have lived. Ideally, I think before inheriting, we would love this guy to die. Because if he could die, then we would become... him, maybe, which would be fine. Although, actually, we kind of want to be you. He gave you land? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. We kind of want to be her, right? Although maybe not. But we kind of want to be her because then we can be him. And his stats are great. Yeah, that's kind of what we were thinking. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Actually, I guess maybe I do want this guy to inherit. Because if this guy inherits, then I can change my succession law and become her. But otherwise I can't. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, our friend died. That's not good. And we had a mental break, but then we can just choose that and no longer have the mental break. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we want to do about succession. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see how it plays out. I mean, right now it's fine, so we'll stick with it being fine. Okay. Which faction is that? Catholic populists. Well, that's annoying. Very little I can do about that, however. Head up here, siege it. Does take a long time to travel through this area. I guess, one, because it was auto-saving there, and two, because it's just like a large amount of land. Like, just in terms of distance, it's just large. even though it's only one province across. Anyway, we do move quite quickly, so that should be fine. You any good? Nope. Let's get him out of my castle. Schemers have been discovered. That's fine. Artifacts have low durability. Okay, repair. Destroy. Prize crossbow we should probably give away. Yeah, let's give that away. To some knight who, like, oh, you already have a bonus to your prowess, don't you? Because you're our son. Yeah, you have a longsword. Yeah, some knight we'll give it to, like this one. I'm going to give you an artifact. I'm going to give you the crossbow. I don't know. I was going to say that this needs a sword again, but I think I say it every episode, which means that it's probably losing the impact that it had the first time I said it. But it really does. Like, even if you could just, like, sort by durability, that would make this so much better. Like, unbelievably better. Yeah. Don't see the crossbow yet. It's fine. There we go. There's the crossbow. Wonderful. So he now has the crossbow. Let's let him have that. Cool. Right. Do I want to be friends with Jarl Tlalvert? Sure, why not? Seems fine. Make our way down here. We would love for this war to be over before the Independence faction fires. Because if we can do that, then we can... yeah, if we can get this war done by the time the Independence faction fires, then we can just teleport these troops back to base. Otherwise, we're going to have to walk them all the way up. What is this event? I don't know if I've ever seen this one before. I sit quietly listening to my lewd guest, Ronaldo, locked in keen theological debate with my vassal, court chaplain Gothier. The latter entreats leisurely, but Rooterites is closer to the true word of God. It is the purest distillation of the Christian revelations. Ronaldo scoffs, looking disapprovingly. Read the scriptures and you will see that God did not intend for us to fornicate outside of marriage and chase our passions. That is why we have these bonds. This is why I do not talk to the lost. Court chaplain Gothier sighs with frustration. If you will not listen to the truth, I only hope you are somehow spared infernal hell. So this is because we made adultery legal. Where is it? Yeah, so we made adultery legal in order to stop pop-ups about adultery. So now this Catholic is like, well, adultery. So that's how you get this event. Huh, so that's why I haven't seen it before. Yeah, no, I'm going to choose this one. It's not our place to debate the divine. Cool. I mean, I'm literally the head of my religion. I gotta say, it's probably my place to debate the divine. That seems likely, but, you know, what do I know? Head up here. Snake at court. Oh no, people are sleeping with each other? We still do get pop-ups about it though. Like, we get pop-ups when people are sleeping with each other and having children with each other, and I'm like, yeah, but adultery is accepted. So it's not really that big a deal, is it? Yeah, I don't know. 15 months on that one. In theory, once we win the war, we'll also be stronger, so they might just not, you know, fire because they're too weak. That's the other thing. Right. Win this one. It's so easy to siege this land, but so difficult to travel from A to B. Here we go. Head up here and siege it. Wait, it said we lost the siege? Where? Oh, they've been sieging up there. Oh, okay. I'm going to go take your capital if that's alright with you. Right. Let's walk our way over. We're almost there. We're almost there. Just a little bit further. Hooks are all expiring because I never actually, you know, turned them in. That's fine. Let's enforce our demands. Wonderful. Our name is now almost vertical. Is interesting. And we now have a bunch more land, which should mean that our from development value is now... Ah, it's not going to be calculated. I was going to say is now much lower. Let's see. I should be able to also take this land, right? Yeah, perfect. I think they held land down here, which we've now broken up. Yeah, they held some land down here. Can I ask for you to be my vassal? No, you would probably just say no. Yeah. Yeah, different faith is kind of the main killer on these ones. Yeah, okay, cool. I mean, it's minus 500 from realm being distant, but the realm isn't distant, so anyway. How about you? You kind of like me, but no, it's still way off. Let's see here. I would like to grant this to somebody who is my dynasty, who is, who has no claims, who is not a ruler. Yeah, and let's see how, and oh, ideally I'd like them to be my culture. There you go. Baron. That means that he's married to the Baroness. That's fine. Grant to this guy. Are you the heir? No, you're the third son. You are, however, betrothed to somebody who's landed. That's not gonna do. Okay, who's next? Ida. Ida is not the heir. This is the heir, and the heir has 2 children. Although these 2 children are both illegitimate bastards. That's interesting. In which case I will hold off on Ida. Oh no, I went one too many back, and there's no forward button here. Right, where were we? It was this one I was doing it on. No, wasn't. Was this one. Cool. I'm just trying to do it on the same one so it gives me the same search. Probably does anyway, but that's fine. Orson. Your grandfather was landed. Your father is not in line to anything. That seems fine. Orson Zun. You are now the proud owner of the Sahara. Which, you know, maybe isn't the most valuable land we could have ever given him, but there is a lot of it. Most of it is sand. But there you go. Grant title. Cool. And now I'm going to give him a bunch of money. Just because we don't want to leave our vassals, you know, destitute, basically. Right, let's him create some titles. Let's him do what he wants to do. Oh, we have some more things that need repaired, huh? Destroy. The butter sword. Destroy. And this one, destroy. Right. Prisoners. How many did we have? 25 prisoners. Okay. Convert. Convert. It's not as many as last time, at least. There are, however, a lot that need to convert. Okay. Convert. That's fine. Convert. 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 Next ones. Convert. 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 If I didn't care about my dread, I would just release them all at this point. It's just too many to deal with. But I still kind of care about the dread. It's still kind of useful. Yeah. But whatever. It's fine. Let's get that one, and then let's get that one. Right. Let them all convert. They immediately created factions against us. I love the immediate populist faction creation. That's fine. More people of our faith that exist now. Good. Right. Let's see here. This is all fine. That faction against us is still ready to fire. Hopefully it just doesn't. We also got a bunch of new artifacts, which we're going to ignore. How many artifacts do we have now? 294. That's too many artifacts. yeah. Right. Chill for just a second. Anything we can do here? Yeah, none of those are worth doing right now. Should do building. Every time I'm like, what should we do? My answer should be building. Just increasing our personal strength. Here we go, a little bit more of that. Another one of those. Another one of those. Another one of those. Another one. There we go. More of this. Another one. And yeah, some farms and fields. Sure. Right. Now we just chill for a second. This is fine. Yes, 9 months till that fires. From development value has not changed, interestingly. That value is exactly the same as it was. I wonder whether it's got a little lag time on it. It might do. We have 2 more great-granddaughters. Okay. Yeah, still isn't recalculated. Maybe it's development of land, which is my... No, because that wouldn't explain us taking Jerusalem. I was thinking maybe it's development of land, which is my religion. Like, maybe that. Or is it? But no, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'll be honest. I have no idea. Unless, of course, our development went up by as much as it went down. But that seems unlikely. Yeah, not sure. Right, we'll just chill for a second. We got our body is beginning to slow down event. We're now going to talk to our confidant, and oh, our stress is now solved. Right. You destroy, destroy, and destroy. Right. Just chill. Actually, I could probably build some more in Holland, right? Yeah, let's try and get even more of these. Just increasing our levy size by a very small amount might actually be very valuable to us here. Because it might make the faction fire a little bit slower, or not at all. I want to upgrade the watermills here. That's the one I should be upgrading. Okay. Here, let's upgrade blacksmiths. Let's upgrade that one. Again, it's getting us more levies, which will then in turn make us seem stronger. That's kind of what we're looking for. I don't know. It's probably not going to make a huge difference right now. Apparently get an alliance with Moldavia, if you would say yes. Where's Moldavia? Oh, it's actually the Duchy of Moldavia. Okay, interesting. I do hope that my vassals are converting. I assume that they are, but yeah. Oh, we can restore an accolade. Sure, why not? Seems good to me. Okay, chill. Bunch of these things are finishing. Okay. Maybe appointed the greatest knight of Frisia. Okay, well, you just arrived. You're not that good. Who was greatest knight? It's head knight. Great commander. Oh, greatest knight. It's this one. Already has somebody in charge. I didn't need to restore it, but whatever. Unless that's the guy who literally... Maybe he literally just took control of it. Okay. Sure, we're about to finish our training grounds in Holland. Nice. Let's increase this again. Goes up to giving us 3% of our levy size increasing. Let's keep going down here. This one we can also increase again. Gives us an extra knight, that one. Ooh. That's kind of cool. An extra knight is actually a reasonable strength increase for us. Another one here. And we'll get ourselves another farms and fields. What is our knight effectiveness right now? 403%. Lovely. Lovely. Right. Just chilling. Trying to make these factions go away. That is not going away. That's going to fire. We have to actually defeat the faction, I think, unfortunately. We have to get a success defeat rather than a white peace. It's been a scandal, apparently. Okay. Stewardship perk available. Okay, let's get Chains of Loyalty. Doesn't get us anything, but gets us closer to things we want. Although, I was just thinking the War Taxes one is an interesting one. You shall have freedom and death. Okay. But yeah, I was thinking the War Taxes one is interesting because it increases your income by 10%, which would give us 90 gold per month. That's pretty good, actually. We should take that one. Right. So immediately, what I want to do here is we want to get a rally point. I do have a rally point over here, right? Yeah. So I want to get a rally point here. Let's start raising our men at arms. Then I want a rally point here. I want to raise all my troops. There we go. Let's do this. So we will lead that army. We'll have our daughter lead that army. That is our daughter, right? Yeah, she'll lead that army. And we'll just start defeating armies and work our way around. Right. You want to give me money? Thank you very much, random person. That's fine. Defeated that one. Right. Head over here. Let's defeat this one. Yeah, this is fine. Game does not like what I'm doing to it here, getting it to do so many things at once. They're still building up. Let's just see here. Yeah, they're still gathering. We caught the army. We killed the army. Nice. You have now gathered. I'm now going to split off half of them. Half of them are going to go here. Right, we, with this army, are going to go there. That's our plan. Okay. So they're going to deal with the ones in England. Too late for caution. I'm no longer gout-ridden. Yo-ho! Fantastic. For all that time, I lost gout. Which is great. Now the only problem with us is that we're infirm. Which is a pretty big problem, but no more gout. Which actually means I lost a trait. What trait got come in here? Like, what new trait can we see? Still can't see eunuch. Actually, I don't even know. I don't think we could see gout before either. That's okay. This one, what are we taking? I was going down home estates, I think. Yeah, so faithful magistrates, which gets us control growth and title creation cost. Yeah, we're really going for that one and that one, which will hopefully make us seem stronger. We'll see. Right. Oh, I can also dismiss all of those now. Is this a real event? Nope. Okay. That army's going to land. Now, this army is made up only of levies, so it's not actually as strong as you might think, but that's okay. I want to see this guy again, although I want whichever one gives me the least stress. Alright, that one. Fine. Keep going. We're gonna ignore that army there that they're fighting. Actually, we want to take that one. That's a bigger army. Go with that way. You're gonna head up here now. That's fine. Head up to Glasgow. How many troops do you have left? 165,000. I really wish I knew where they were. Some of them might be on boats, to be fair. Oh, some of them might be down here? Yeah, there's a lot of strength down in Andalusia. Okay, that's fine. Worthy successor to Knight of the Wolf. Which one's Knight of the Wolf? This one. You need a worthy successor. Alright, 20 for Tatal. Where are we? 20 for Tatal. There we go. You now have a successor. See, it doesn't really matter what they start at anyway, because we increased their development so much. Actually, we want to repair that one instead of destroying it. That's our house banner. And repair that one. These are all things I want to repair. Good, I was paying attention. I didn't really want to repair that one, but that's fine. There was a, yeah. We increased development so much, not development. We increased prowess so much for our knights that effectively they, they become much stronger. So although this guy's got 20 now, he might actually end up being much higher when he eventually takes control of that title. Anyway, that's fine. Also, I want to just check here. 13.75. So this has gone up since last time we looked at it. Yeah, I don't know. It could be that development is actually rising so high in our lands that even taking bad lands still means that our development... I don't like that death event. I'm just going to move it to the side. It could be that even taking bad lands isn't actually enough to keep that number low, which is worrying. Anyway, we're going to ask our friend to stay with us and get a medium health boost. Nice, which now means we're still fine. Okay, we do have Know Thyself, which means we cannot die of natural causes without a year's notice. So, you know we have at least a year. At which point we can work out what succession things we want to have happen. But we don't need to worry about that until that point. Right. Head over here. Let's defeat this army. Nice. Gonna defeat that one as well while we're here. That's absolutely destroyed, I think. We're gonna head down to the coast. The reason we want to go down to the coast is because we now want to head over here to face these armies. Demand artifact. Sure. I don't want it, so you can have it. Where do we want to put these guys? They're getting on boats. I don't know why they're getting on boats, though. How many troops do they have left? 125,000. So some of them are there, some of them are there. I don't really know where the rest are. You can probably just... What's the supply limit? 10,000. Yeah, you can probably just stay here. It's fine. We'll see where everyone else ends up. We do have a lot of people helping us in this war, so we don't necessarily have to jump on every problem. As in, like, on every army. We can just let some of our vassals deal with them. Nice. Let's grab these troops. Let's head over here, and let's start beating up these guys. How many do they have left? 84,000. The rest could be here. Oh, there's a huge chunk of them. Yeah, I was going to say the rest could be here. We just got another stewardship from aging. They're at 29. Yeah. I was thinking our stewardship was low, but then I remember the previous value I'm thinking of is when we had a wife who was boosting our stewardship by 10. So actually our stewardship's pretty high based upon where it was at one point. Yeah, I want you to make your way up here, if you could. I'm going to go boat bomb these people. Right, I can make you into a shield maiden. Do it. Right, you could probably head down here. That seems good. Right. Court Jester, reinvigorating reading gives us a health boost. Let's do that. Our health is still fine. Right, land on these armies. They are destroyed. How many do you have left? 50,000. Now you see we're actually capped on war score, I think. Yeah, capped to 50. So to win, we actually need to kill every single army. Which is kind of annoying. In fact, even to... Yeah, we can't even get to 90%. We can only get to 100%. Because we can't siege any land. We just got 1%? Wait a second. Oh, we have taking war score. Okay, so we don't need to kill every army. We just need to get taking war score. But we're going to kill every army before taking war score gets us an extra 40%. And I think they get taking war score... Oh, sorry. We get taking war score unless they siege anything we directly control. Yeah, it has to be something we directly control. Not our vassal, us. So it has to be our domain that's lost. Which obviously it's not going to be. Mainly because oh, we actually captured their leader. That is the other way of doing it, but it's not consistent. But yeah, all of our land has really high fort level, so it's unlikely, and it's not Catholic, so it's unlikely that they'll actually siege it. So now for 25 years, we get 50 popular opinion in Catholic lands, which means that in theory, we're actually, well, I'm going to say Catholic lands. I mean every Catholic land that was part of the Revolt, which I think is every Catholic land, which means that in theory, they're not going to rise up for 25 years, which gives us 25 years to, you know, to sort them out. Right. Or convert them. That's the word I was looking for. Right. Clear these out. Family members can get married. You know what? I think we might deal with that next time. Oh, but before we do, from development went down. It went down to -6. But wait a second. He's got 21 learning. We have a new court chaplain. Wait a second. Yeah, so that went down. This does scale with how fast this, with how good the court chaplain is. Just not in the way you would expect. So like if I do this, look at that. From development goes up to 11. This isn't a value calculated from your development necessarily. This is a value that goes from the speed of the conversion. Yeah, I was kind of right the first time. Maybe this from development value is scaled by the development in your realm, but the actual thing that causes it to go from like 6 to 11 to 14 and all that, that is based upon how quickly you're actually converting it. That is messed up and difficult to work around, but okay. 14 years of conversion left. It'll get there eventually. What's funny is it means it will actually convert if you have like a terrible court chaplain, which is probably the point, right? The point of it scaling like this is probably so that your development matters, but it will still continue to convert no matter who you put on the job. It's just, it's going to slow it down by a percentage. It just so happened that at some point when we were doing this one, the percentage it was slowing it down by was more than 100. And that's the problem. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Anyway, Mongolia, oh god, it stresses me out. I was going to say Mongolia check. Let's not bother. By the way, did they take more land over here? Yeah, Pontus I think expanded. I think they did a holy war for this land, right? Byzantine Empire created it. Yeah, like 17 years ago. It was inherited, destroyed, created, inherited via abdication. You know what? I think that they... Wait, yeah, so you created it. Yeah, they must have... Let's look at the lower level title. That's probably a better way of doing it, right? Conquered in Holy War. Yeah, Pontus Holy Warred it. Interesting. So the Byzantines are actually expanding into this territory. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to leave them alone. I want them to grow and be strong. I mean, apart from this tiny little dot we have here and there. I like how these guys also have a tiny little dot of land in there. So, yeah, I'm going to leave them alone, and then we're going to get to them eventually. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.